namely, abortion decreased the most under President Obama. And I'll tell you why that was. It had nothing to do with President Obama's policies. It had nothing to do with federal policy, because abortions really don't make a whole lot of difference depending on who's in the White House. The number doesn't really matter much, depending on who's in the White House. The reason that we saw a vast decline in abortions when Obama was in office was because we had never seen a stronger pro-life movement. When Obama was in office, we saw amazing pro-life gains at the grassroots level, particularly in state legislatures. We saw record number state legislative gains all across this country. And I'll just take Texas, for example, because that's where I actually live. We saw in Texas a record number of pro-life legislation passed in the 8 years that Obama was in office. Those legislative gains created an almost 30% decrease in abortion over those 8 years. It had nothing to do with federal policy. It had nothing to do with any programs, any government programs. It had nothing to do with anything that had been done from the White House. It had everything to do with what had been done at the state level. It had everything to do with what Texas pro-lifers, what the grassroots movement had been doing at the state level. That happened not just in Texas, but across the country. Friends, I believe that maybe during these 4 years, maybe, possibly, I'm just sort of talking here, I believe that possibly the pro-life movement might have become a little complacent, maybe a little apathetic, maybe thinking that the President of the United States was going to solve abortion for us, that he was going to solve this problem. Or maybe some people thought, well, I voted for the pro-life guys, so I did my job. But see, that's not our only job. Actually, far from it. That's like a little tiny part of our job in the pro-life movement. What really makes us pro-life is not simply just who we voted for, but what really makes us pro-life is what we do on the ground. Are we going out and praying in front of clinics where abortions are taking place? Are we volunteering and supporting our local pregnancy resource centers? Are we being bold and unabashedly pro-life everywhere we go?